Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with a little twist to the Divine Masculine reading today. So we got to pick a pile thing. Spirit told me to do it. And again, you know, on this channel, I am directed with Spirit and inspired. So, you know, I'm almost like my mom's chili. You love her chili, but you don't ever get the same flavor twice. I guess that's one of our things that she passes on to me, that we get things and then we're like, okay, switch it up, like switch. Because the Aquarius moon in me is like, okay, I kind of get bored with doing the same thing over and over again. So, you know, I'm like one of them 5-star Michelin's restaurants that you go to. And, you know, the menu is one day, you get used to it. You say, oh, I love that menu, that dish, that entree you fixed. And they're like, yeah, well, we on to another entree. You're like, well, I be down. I really liked it, that. You should at least keep that on the it always ticks me off. You should at least keep that on the menu, because that's kind of like really your staple one. That's the one that keeps me coming here, you know. So we're doing the same thing. We still got, I was like, oh my God, today I look like my cartoon for real. But but today we're going to do a pick a card. So these are several things I want you to keep in mind. Pick a number from 1 through 3 that will represent your divine masculine energies, yourself, and then pick a number from 1 through 3 for your divine masculine outside, your partner, your divine partner as well. So you read it two ways. Remember that the divine masculine energies represent your alphaness. That is the part I want to, should I even sit up on a thing? Okay, well, okay, we'll talk about that later on. Ooh, maybe I should sit up a little bit. It might help me to get up a little bit more. Okay, yeah, that's better. Um, the thing is that, again, understanding that the energies, that when we talk about divine masculine energies, the divine masculine energies is more the ones that we're talking about in our alphaness, how we go out, the actions outwardly, how we do things. So remember, again, on this station or on this channel, that I'm talking about, when we're talking about the masculine energies on my channel and all of it, we know that now that we're not talking about just the masculine or the male. We're talking about how are we in our leadership? How do we go out there and get things happen? How do we make things manifest on the outside? How do we move things physically out in the ethers? That's our divine masculine energies. Now, when we're talking about the divine feminine energies, that's everything that's happening within oneself. Okay? All right. So we're going to start off, and I'm going to read each pile and see. So you see, the overall energies for the divine masculine energies currently. So no matter when you're watching this, this is the overall energies that the divine masculine energies, they want you to work with. Is this one? Hold on one second. Let me make sure one is clarifies. These are the clarifiers. He's just turned the wrong way. Okay. So the overall energies that clear, the spirit and source wants us to deal with currently is the temptation. Okay. And understanding ruler of everything under the sun. Okay, let me get some clarifiers on that. So the overall energies they want us to deal with is that. Okay, temptation. Clarifier for that one. I didn't feel like that was it. Okay, clarify for me temptation. Okay. Okay. So what I got here, I have to pull out the old trusty table. I said I gotta go back to my old big table, and like I got my I don't know what I call it, the witch's brew table, or my wizard's table, where I really look at things. So I took it out from outside of the my office, and I said, let me roll this sucker right on in here and get with that, because I can get more cards and I can spread out more and see the spread much better. So temptation, what they're telling me again is again something about us thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. When we're thinking about a temptation, it's like some of us may be being tempted to go back to our old ways. Some of us might be tempted in order to say, okay, maybe I might kind of stay right where I am. I'm tempted, like I want to do it, but you know what? In the logic, it's like, I don't know if it's really smart or really I should be doing that. But in your alphaness, source is saying it's kind of pushing you. So it's something about it in this way. If you're looking at the thing, I can see somebody like tipping over the fence, looking like, okay, should I do it or should I not? Should I not? Say I stay where I'm at, or should I be? It's like I'm tempted. So they're saying, I guess that's why it flashed. Like not quite, but I got the fork in the road. So it's more so like you're tempted. Like, man, maybe I should try it. Should I, like the fool's journey? You're looking over the edge. Maybe I should try it. Maybe I should actually go over. Okay, it look like the water's fine. Don't seem like nobody looking. Look like maybe I can try it. Go skinny dipping. So again, it's the tempting, but it's logic. It goes several layers too. So what I wasn't saying is wrong. It's like a thing. So some of us is getting tempted to go outside of ourselves and it's not right, or is we're being pushed to go and say the grass is greener, or some of us is kind of like a temptation of just saying let me just stay put where I am and not to go forth and push forward outside of ourselves. So that's what it is, the logic. So they say you want to be logical. Be logical about the things that are tempting us to say try this out in our divine masculine energies, in our alphaness. They also say about ruler of everything underneath the sun, understanding that where you are as a divine, I am that I am, and you are, because of that, your birthright is to have prosperity. Everything, abundance is rightfully yours. Like they say, pursuit of happiness. Watch that one, and I talked about that in the pursuit of happiness too as well. And understand that you are ruler. That means you are divinely right to have governance over, or to govern over all of these other things, because I am. That's another thing for source. That's my identity, because I am that I am. And because I am that I am, made in the image and likeness of source, of the person who is, or the thing that rather has created me, I am what I am. That's interesting that I said also a Freudian slip, because some of us, again, we're saying about person, and I'm thinking about family, because the family of who I am, some of us feel like we rightfully have inherited the things that our father and mother have been, and that might be poverty or not good marriages or whatever like that. But they're saying again, step up higher. I am that I am, and because you are here from a much higher source, that's the one that had created you. You are entitled to have everything under the sun. You are the ruler. You are reigning on the same level as source, okay? Because again, you made in its image and likeness as well. So this is the things that they want you to really understand about these things that might be tempting you to get off your path, things that might be tempting you to not know who you truly are. Those are the things that you need to go into self introspection, they saying, about those things, to really truly see if that's really see if that's really where you should be. Is that really helping you intentionally to create this new year that you want as well? So these are some things that, they really want you to really start looking at and seeing how is that also playing a role or playing a part. Let me put this right here, since they saying that's the eye. So again, that's what you got to pay attention to, okay? All right then. So now let's look at the 3 piles, and in the 3 piles there, you are able to see which one really goes along with what's going on in your situation. And this makes it a little bit more tailored made, although I'm doing it kind of for the collective. But again, if I could get it more scaled down, that it tailors to you. Most of the time, the pick a pile cards is about as close as we can as readers with casting a wide net, that we'll be able to catch some of you all in that net, okay? All right then. So now let's take a look see and seeing. So we're doing pile number. I've got to remind myself to put the fingers up, and now remind me to mark it. So we're looking at pile number one. Pile number one, or divine masculine energy number one. Okay, or your alpha energy number one. Okay. So I'm gonna turn it over. So overall energies about this person is blossoming abundance. Again, getting in line with what source says about the I am that I am, understanding that, and then about this temptation to try to help to get that person off of their abundance, because right now things are blooming, so you don't really want to start messing with things that is going to cause you to actually get you off your square, as one of the teachers taught me one time. So like, now you don't ever let nobody get you off your square. Okay, this divine masculine wants you to know that I'm addicted to the way I feel when I'm thinking about you. So this person, this divine masculine energy says that too, for you to understand that. And this again in when you're thinking about it, this is you picking the card for yourself for your own energies. Your person that you're thinking of, this divine counterpart, you are really addicted to the way they make you feel as well. So it goes vice versa, and it's a mirror thing. Right now, you're in the feelings of the divine masculine. There is love. It's a platonic love. It's a love of nurturing right now that's going on, and that's helping to kind of build that abundance, actually, for it to help to bloom and to blossom. That's why they said again, stay on the task of when sources thing is that I am that I am, and it continuously to keep on and understanding that again about the temptations that might throw you off of that, like, oh, you really truly continue with just this type of love, it's not nothing else to that, and like, yes, this is where I am, because this love right now that you're feeling at this moment is making this divine masculine feeling that, you know what, I'm free. Something that feel independent, they live liberated by the thought of understanding that they have blossoming abundance. It's blossoming in every area as well. And so this is helping them to also understand that with this love, this connection that they have with you, this love and connection with you is helping them to be free. So whoever that the person that you're messing with, as far as your divine counterpart, they're giving you space. And in this space, you're not feeling like it's like a subtraction, it's saying, or it's a loss. It's like it's a space to say, hey, do what you're going to do, because again, eventually I feel that you will be either making your way to me or you're learning what you need to do. And that makes it really true and valuable, they're saying, as far as when we're talking about the concept of what truly divine feminine and divine masculine energies are, as far as that dynamic and that push and pull, as you all say, is understanding that one is the lighthouse, the other one is the explorer. The lighthouse person is the one, and I always example, and I told several clients and they always laugh. You have one of them is this, like, it's the one is holding the balloon. So you got this nice beautiful healing balloon that you just love, love, love. It's so pretty, it's got your favorite color, and you tie it to your wrist. And you know, as you going along, you know, you just going ahead and it just floats. And you know, sometimes you stay with it, you play with it for a little while, and then you let it float up into the air, and you play with it a little while, you let it float. But you still knows that balloon knows it's tethered to you, but you still give it the freedom to kind of still float and be itself. That's the same thing when we're talking about an explorer. The balloon, just like your divine counterpart, they're pretty much like the healing balloon. They like to go off and to explore. They like to go and get information and data for your heart and for your soul. That goes also about what they said, some stories they have historically that just hit me about God and source. They say a lot of times because God could not come down himself, or source could not come down himself and really truly experience the man things, the man experience the things that man has on earth. He put a little bit of himself in each one of us so we can be able to experience it for him. And that data and that stuff goes back to source. That's the same thing, just like when you all in the counterparts and you all are in separation. You're going off, your partner's going off to get more information about themselves, about the partnership, how they should be able to have move in their being much better in that space, and that's why they have to go off into explore. Rather, it's taking them to the third party energies, or they're dealing with the divine karmic, or they're in the karmic situations, it's kicking they behind. All that stuff is making it for your soul purpose and your soul growth together. Understand that's the reason why you split off, because you're trying to really get a real understanding of your own soul growth and purpose and understanding spiritually by breaking off to say, hey, I'll be this time I'm expressing as the woman, the other one's experience of the man, and us together we're able to really experience earth and get all the information that we need in order for us to truly ascend. That's what it is about. And so that's again why they're exploring again. You giving them, they say they feel that love, and you're giving them that freedom to explore. Your partner says the divine masculine, or vice versa. You say you feel this. Okay, so in your doing here, this goes again. Now, this person, although they're abundance, but you got to watch also in your thinking. Some things you're calling in, and you're understanding now that where you are, that you got to get really sensitive as to what thoughts are you entertaining. This to me is some kind of way you got to watch it, because in your thinking you might be entertaining and inviting the beast to come in, although you're in your spirituality, and she looked like she said, well, I've been telling people to kiss my behind and stuff, but at the same time while you're doing that, you might have been saying, here kitty kitty, and you talking to the lion, and the lion's like, oh, is she talking to me? Like she talking to me, Ted. And so then he gets on up out of where he at and say, I just know, surely you ain't talking to me. That reminds me of a time I remember it was a dog out there in the lion's thing. I got the prairie, and I guess they had like a dog that was like a watch dog or something like that. And he actually had taken himself out there. They had it on YouTube. And he went out there, and he was just barking up a storm at the lions, and both the lions was looking at each other. It was the female and male, it was the two males. And they might have looked, and they looked at each other, and they looked at each other, and they like, Charlie, do you see this dog up here barking at us like he really owning stuff? Like he really trying to call himself, trying to tell us to get ourselves up, like we supposed to move. And they looking at each other like, child, please, do you understand in one swap of our paw that we can decimate you in one thing? So it's just like, don't sit up here be barking at us like you tempting for us to get up and do something to. And that's what the lion was doing, the dog was doing. And he was just barking at the lions, and the lions just looking at him like, really? Okay, Charlie, you see this? He's like, yeah, Harry, I see what he doing. He crazy. We just gonna give him the crazy pass, because he evidently don't know who he talking to, because we could really devour and eat him up and have him for an appetizer before we go and get a gazelle out here on this prairie. So, so anyway, so it was interesting. So my thing is understanding, like, what are you calling in? Maybe because, again, like they say, they might give you a pass because of, like, say, Source takes us babies and fools too. They get a pass because babies don't know any better, and fools is just really oblivious to things. But they're saying at the same time, what are you calling in intentionally? If you really would look at it, that dog is really taunting and messing with lions. And I guess maybe he ain't never seen a lion before, but that's something he need to check himself at the door about. Okay. All right then. So in your karma, your things, your hard lessons that you got to learn with, again, in the divine masculine energies here, we're talking about that. We got Seven of Swords here. So there's a conflict in the thinking about coming together. Okay. The divine masculine energy still sees himself as some things. It's like, I'm still in the hard lessons mode of learning things. And in the divine feminine energies, is feeling like, hey, you know what? I'm pretty much feeling like, hey, I'm kind of finished with this in my divine feminine energies. And it's almost, I don't know why I'm picking up the thing, guess who's coming to dinner? It's like, they're ready to really entertain some things. But there's a conflict in there because, again, the divine masculine energy is being seen as still being in the karmic energy, which means he's still learning lessons. The divine masculine is in the divine feminine energy. Say, hey, I'm ready to entertain this. I'm ready to go wine and dining and go on dates and all that stuff. And it's like, hold on, Jim Shoe, we ain't quite there yet. Okay, so the next thing that we have here is here. This is some temptation here. That's right here. So again, whatever this temptation that's going on, was divine masculine energies in the actual relationship, there's some things that seem like, again, that you, if you would mess with, it really would be death. It might look nice and tempting and say, oh, she got a nice bod and look like, yeah, I could get with that. But at the same time, it's like it's stealing. So you're dealing with something that might be giving you pleasure, but at the same time, it's like an energy vampire is sucking the energy out of you. And you've got to watch that thing, as far as that's something of a lesson, a hard lesson. You all call it karma, that you have to deal with. And see, we also have here, this is a tower. So there's a tower moment in this divine masculine energies here that is happening to really shake the foundation of this divine masculine energy, so they can understand that, hey, you know what, this is not working. This is no longer suited. If we're going to say we're going after our abundance, we go after our abundance. That's why they say use logic. Something tells me, and I just seen April Williams, she had said that, and watch her thing. I don't think I shared it, but I will do. She was saying, you know, something she said in her meditation came up today is like, they're signs, they're showing you signs. And that is true. I've woken up and I've gotten messages also through dreams about what's going on with the collective. Pay attention to the little things. Look like I did a reading with somebody, and I'm saying you got to pay attention to the little, small, finite things about things, because the message is really clearly there. Because again, what's happening with them in the shadows is we got some fragmentation. We're not all the way together. And really the key to getting yourself, as far as the being, which the feminine energies, feels like she's ready. She's like, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to sit at the table for us to go ahead and just get things started, the dates, the everything like that. And the divine masculine energy is still dealing with the process of karma or hard lessons. The key to be able to bring both of these energies together, because the feminine energies are here present, but it's the lower ones, which represents the chakras, which is the solar, the sacral, and the root. Those things that you got to get grounded up. You get both of those two together, then you ready to go. You got a green light. And so that's the key right there, to able to bring both of those sides together. Next thing that they're saying about the life changes for the divine masculine energies here is understanding it's the end of an era. It's coming to end. Whatever the things that you used to do that you thought that really could be able to get you over, or for you to be able to ascend, or really truly have this abundant things in life, are now coming to an end, okay? Because that's the end of a way. It's the end of the world as we know it, and you should get to the point of saying, and I feel fine. This is something you've got to get to the point of saying in life. This divine masculine energy is starting to, it's got to eliminate some things to create this change, and because it's really clearly in black and white about this, and really get grounded and rooted, because this is red. Because once you get grounded and rooted, that's going to help you to get into your heart center. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Okay, so now this plays a part also, especially when you're talking about your abundance with this divine masculine energies. They're saying that you need to speak your needs and be true to yourself. This is again saying about your authenticity, again, how you speak in truth, because that also brings in and manifests your abundance as well. And so some of these things is, are you trying to go along with what everybody outside of you believes should happen, or believe that should go on, is not truly in alignment with what's going on and what's resonating within yourself. Okay, so you got to remember that. All right, and so then this is interesting. Mary Magdalene, she came to me too as well. No, it's Mother Mary here came to me. So then the goddess of strength. This is interesting because this here Mary Magdalene has got putting out the herbs and the frankincense and the myrrh and all those different kind of special things out in order to prepare. Back in the days in the holy times, that was times before you were using those things to be able to anoint, prepared for them to be able for burial, those things. And so again, this is again getting ready to make things to die. It's time to bury these things that no longer serve its purpose. Okay, and so then some advice they wants to give to you is this, that this could be the one. You've already met the romantic party you seek. This divine masculine might have been questioning, but now I believe that he's gotten to the point that he's like, nope, I ain't questioning no more. I definitely know this is the person that I want. So again, now they're moving into the energies of imagine. They're looking their sights up higher. They even got their finger pointed, which means they know exactly which direction that they're going into now. They're linking themselves to their intuition and their awareness to get that. No more believing in illusion, because they understand that they want to ascend. And in order for them to be able to do that now in their newfound energies, this is being catapulted by the understanding that their belief system of knowing that this could be the one. Now, this could be the one could only be for your partner, knowing that, but they believe that the idea of the abundance that they want, like, hey, this could be the one. This is the one. I think out of all the stuff that I have been thinking of, I think this is the one that's going to really, truly take me over and really, truly opening up the ways and blossom my abundance as well. And that's going to help me to move into that energy of understanding that I am that I am. I deserve everything underneath the sun, and that I'm using truly logic instead of me going by temptations or whatever it is by the seat of my pants on stuff, instead of me really taking time out and to really think about that. Some other things that they want them to do, source some advice. Say they want this DM energy. You pick this one for yourself or your person. Say needs to listen. Again, it goes back to April saying, she says the things, the signs and synchronicities is out there. We've got to start listening. They say they've been dropping clues all along. The next thing is you have here is joy. Joy is also one. This really getting into your understanding of being happy, being blissful with just the simple things of life. And I see she got glasses on here. So to me, I would say too, watch what you're focusing in on. Get the lenses, clear the lenses off, and really truly get more hyper focused into what you want. Now the message from the divine masculines, self, higher self, the language that they say and the advice that they giving, like that 3D talk to themselves, and they was like, man, if it was a good girlfriend or a good guy friend that would be talking to the divine masculine energies, they would say to themselves, don't let it all hang out, okay? Leave some shit to the imagination. So again, that goes back to what we have. Imagine is there. This could be a one. Think about what are the endless possibilities that this thing that you believe, either this person or this project or this thing, could actually be the one. Like, don't let it all hang out. Just to me, it's like, don't let it all hang out like a suitcase. I'm just putting it in just any old kind of way. Like, really take the time out and to organize and really pack it right. Imagine it right, instead of just let it be sloppy-fied and just say, well, I just let the cards fall where they may. They like, no, be intentional in what you're doing. Also, they say you are giving too many fucks. Give zero. This person here again, is too many. Anytime somebody say you giving too many F's, I don't give an F about this. I'm giving too many F's to that. I put F's in the bucket and said uck it. My thing is that they're saying when it comes to people, you caring too much about what everybody else's dream about what's going on with you, or what should be happening, and what they 2 cents about things. And they say at this point it does not matter. What matters is you. And then they say your boundaries are trash. Block those bad vibes. So again, this person here, this divine masculine energies, is not blocking the vibes. Like they say, they're not blocking. They don't have healthy boundaries. Again, telling the person about this, say, well, baby, maybe you should do it like this. Or the friend like, man, that ain't gonna work. You should do it like we always do. This is where you need to put up the boundaries to stop this person for thinking that it should happen in X, Y, and Z way. Because again, your boundaries are trash, and you need to start getting to the point that you are really protecting, especially as they get logical, because these people talking to you opposite of where you want to go is temptation, and that's what they want you to pay attention to as well. Remember at all times that you are, I am, that I am, and that again, understanding that you are entitled to have everything underneath the sun. So you need to block those bad vibes. All right then. Okay then, we'll go on to next one, which is number 2. Hello, all right. So we got pile number 2. I had to stop and then I had to go check on my class. All right then. So pile number 2. All right. So this one is has the angel of love. I was hear my right here saying, "I had a vision of love, and you were all that you given to me." Okay, so it's angel of love right here. So the divine feminine energies is the one that really is propelling this divine masculine energies to move forward. It is propelled also by the image and the understanding of a happy family. It has that energy of really coming together, that sense of community, really of understanding, saying yes about family, but it's more than that. It's like soul family I'm picking up. It's like connecting to others as well. But truly, it comes down to the core of understanding that wanting family. Okay. The next thing it says, this divine masculine energies, as you're looking at this powerful, just singular person, says, I smile whenever I get a message from you. They want me to come back to this one and saying this person really sees having a family too. This divine masculine also sees having a family with you as well. And it says, I smile whenever I get a message from you. Yeah. And so this divine masculine here, this is really a truly divine masculine power here, says, I'm sorry this is how things turned out. Okay. Because in their emotions and how they're feeling, they really feel like they are really receptive as far as how the chips may fall. I'm talking that lingo again, like the casino. But again, they understand that, even in the situation, there's flowers, there's beauty in all, like no thorns, no beauty. And so they open and accepted of what things had happened. It's been some confusion going on with them. It's a lot of different directions, really feeling disorientated, not really feeling like they got a sense of where they want to go. They're a little bewildered and puzzled about some things, but this is due to them. They seem like, to me, when I see this confusion card, it's always, I call it the entanglement card. Like, how did I get myself entangled into this situation? How do I find myself to get out of this? This also is right now, this person here, this divine masculine energies, feels very much stressed about some things that happen, like to them is like a pressure cooker, and understanding that, again, just like a diamond understands that they have to be pressed. I keep on feeling for this divine masculine. It's like he understands why it has to be. This kind of almost reminds me of the divine masculine I read before. So this here, again, really, he's like, at the end of the day, I wish that some kind of way, just like when you watching a movie, that there is like a surprise ending to this all. Like, yes, like whatever it is, it's going to startle me. It's going to startle my partner. It's going to startle, people around me. They might be astonished and shocked, but it's like, I would like a surprise ending. This is what I'm picking up, because right now, they're regretful and hurt about some things. Understanding that the divine feminine energies that they're dealing with has been hurt. They hurt them. They feel also within, and they regret doing that. They understand that it was really, maybe it might have been picture perfect. They might have been picturing themselves being in a way, and in those kind of ways that things is going on now has caused them to actually shatter that dream or tear that photograph or the image of them two being together to happen. Right now in his actions, he feels like he does not have control in the actions. The divine masculine energies doesn't feel like they have control right now. It's some things of in the divine feminine energies and their emotions about what's going on is being very vulnerable, and it's making the part of the divine masculine energies feel like, okay, what do? I don't feel comfortable in this situation. I feel so thrown off. What do I do? And it's the shock of it. Like, I'm really becoming vulnerable here, and I don't really understand how I came about doing this. And so this is what it is, because in his personality, he feels in some ways that he is a person who is just like, I play it by the book. I'm very basic. It's nothing that really over the top about me. So this is where this divine masculine energy is at. Also understanding that in his emotions here too as well, he feels like, again, that either it goes twofold, and this is a fork in the road. In the 3-day, there's a woman that he's dealing with that seems like, again, that he's had to help save. And he's very upset. It's very tiring. It takes a lot of strength, and he's not really happy that he's got put into that position, that he has to actually do that. That is an issue there too. And the way that she feels like, in some ways in which she's connecting with everything, she feels like it's just all out there, so she just might just be connecting just with everything and anything. She doesn't have it covered. She's got it exposed. She's not taking any kind of, like, just like a true lady would say, I'm going to cover this area up. So this lady in the energies is just out there. Now, if I take it and I spin it without being somebody on the outside, this divine masculine energy feels in his emotions is like, you know what, I understand that you're vulnerable, but at the same time, he feels like it's dead weight. It's like you're not really helping me at this point, and I really don't really like that I'm being put in this position that I've got to deal with my emotions, because my emotions kind of weigh me down. They're just like dead man floating. And that's the issue. And it seems like, again, you're not protecting who you're connecting yourself with. It's just out there. In the karmic energies here, we've got IXI. Let's see here. Okay. Here we have, I'll look this up. But right now we got a self-imposed prison here. We got the 4 swords here. He put us there. He's got a light there. So it's kind of like it's maybe a light at the end of the tunnel for this one here. But right now, he's self-imposed prison. Now, when I see the light there is enlightenment even where he is, because like I said, with this person here, or this divine masculine energies, understands where he is, understand he put himself there. He's not like a person like, woe was me, it ain't my fault, it happened to me, I don't know how it happened to me, and he's playing the victim. This one is not what this is. This one is like, I understand I got myself there. I'm weary and tired that I got myself there, and even in this situation, there's still room for enlightenment. There's still room for spiritual growth. Okay, so now let's look and see about this. What is it? XIXXXIX. Okay, all right then. So this represents the sun. Oh, the sun is back out. Again, everything underneath the sun. The dawn, the beginning, a retreating, a shadow, a clarity, a decision, sincerity, renewed hope, happiness, light. Okay, all of those good things. So it's like it's a light. I did say that it's a light at the end of the tunnel. And this is what it is. And this is sun, understanding that you deserve everything underneath the sun. So understanding that. But right now, he's retreating. He might be a little bit in hermit mode and understanding that the dawn is right around the corner. Okay? All right then. Also, what's happening with this is addicted. Okay? So this person has some addictions to things here. And this might be... okay, I'm trying to see what's there's another card to let me on today. Angel. Okay, no, he said when he smiled to you, that's it. It's some things that even though this person has got these kind of like scars or these nails sticking him in the back, which would be some of these addictions that have been like a stabbing him in the back. He understands too at the same time that it's some kind of way it's a balance there. He's in his shadow. He's got to deal with that because he's been a slave to it. As much as this person knows how smart he is as far as him getting in the situation, and he understands that this is trouble don't last always. It's not something for him to kind of stay into. He does understand that he's been a slave to something, and it's time for him to kind of let it go. He needs to, again, pay some atonement about that because he keeps on talking about the regret. So, again, in the divine masculine energies, what is it that you might be regretful of, or the divine masculine might be feeling regretful about the hurt? And it's time to, like, okay, atone for it, and then I'm hearing them saying, and then let it pass. That's it. It's nothing that you can keep on playing out about the milk being spilled or anything like that, that you need to kind of go on ahead and keep instant replaying, because as if you feel like a football team, you're going to learn about what some new plays to do. Okay, you do it. You play the reruns. You play the, again, look at it back over again, the instant replay. But then again, when you do it, you either do a twist or you add on to your last play that you have and then move forward onto something else. This divine masculine here, they say some life change. They need to get rest because this person has been kind of like really been working, trying to get themselves out of this situation, working themselves out so they can be okay with the situation that they're currently in. And they say right now you got to eliminate some things. You also have to, again, get grounded and rooted. But I'm seeing a little bit of orange mixed in there, which is watching how you are connecting with others, which is the sacred that showed up earlier. And then also how you're dealing with, again, standing in your own power. Because this person needs to understand that they need to surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. I just said that. You can't keep on atoning for something and you're not moving on. This is where you need to be at. They say they understand the God of battle. This person understands that, again, they got to go to war. You got to go to war for what you want, especially this addiction here. When you have addictions, that's something that you have to really address daily. You die and you live and you have victory daily. It's a step-by-step process. They will say you the same thing in AA meetings. That's something that, again, you have to forgive yourself, understand you surrender yourself, things that you can't change, and those, and have the discernment to know the difference. Okay, and so this is the same thing in God of battles. You need to choose your battles. What things should you be battling? What things should you let go? Because I'm picking up for this divine master, the lines have gotten a little crossed, and really not knowing that, hey, there's a difference in this. They also saying here, the archangels or the romance angels is talking about a new love. Not even new love about outside, like the counterpart with you, but I'm saying you got to have develop a new love within yourself because you've been working hard, and it's time for you to really be able to give yourself homage, to be able to go ahead and to do that, to say, hey, I'm going to give you a pat on the back because you've been working very hard to get to where you are when it comes to your divine feminine energies. Also, they want them to get into understanding to give the relationship a chance because really picking up, they say the divine feminine, divine masculine had glowed up. They have glowed up to that. And they have been working on their own partnership within themselves and outside. Okay, and so that's something that you need to make sure that you are giving yourself a chance because you have done the work. This person has done work, and I can tell they're talking very totally different than that victimhood and moving to the energies of understand, like, yes, I did it, I'm working on it, and I'm growing from it, okay? Next, because in the energies here, some clarifies because, again, you felt like you've left something in or out orphan. That would go back to the regret card that you had there. You put the divine feminine energies up on a pedestal and you left them there, okay? Also, you can say, again, we got TikTok, which is divine intervention is at play. You feel, this divine masculine feels that, hey, it's just around the corner. Again, whatever that they're good is coming to them. So they feel as if the same way that they want to, they got to release. Release to me also means as far as the time. When divine timing happens, that means it happens when it happens. Okay, you can't control it. You cannot push it forward in a certain type of way. You just have to allow it release and happen. They also want you to get into understanding you have to have forgiveness because this person keeps on talking about regret, and I can feel that very strong. They say they're sorry, that they did not recognize who you were at the beginning, and so they need to practice forgiveness, especially in their emotions. Okay, the last thing that we have here, we're talking about time. Understanding the message that they have, the divine masculine energies talking to self as if it's 3D. It says, time for shit to get real. Get honest as fuck. Okay, so you need to really, it's time. Things are getting real right here. You want these things happening. Again, you want to get out this self-imposed prison. Then guess what? Things is now getting real. And now you got to get to the point that you I just don't care about what's all going on. It's about team me right now. And you can't have team unless you got the M and the E, which is me. Okay? So the next thing is we have bare your fucking soul. Share your crazy ass dreams, wishes, and passions. And that is true. They said that in your emotions you're ready to, but to me, you got to have the overall package, which means the feminine and the masculine energies. Both of you all have got to reveal yourself to really, truly be able to have success. And they want you to listen. Didn't this come out earlier? No, that was the other ones. Okay, so they want you, divine masculines, to listen. You still don't fucking get it. So you got to really sit there and really, they say you're hard-headed and you're not really listening and seeing the clues and listening to other people and listening to yourself and telling you what you actually need to do. Okay? All right then, so that was pile number 2. Okay? All right, and this is divine masculine number 3 here. All right, so now let's get a look at him. His overall energy is, storm warning. This one has a storm coming. And this is helping him to understand that this storm is really going to help him to break down some foundational things that he no longer serves him, as well that he needs to also be able to deal with, because I'm seeing pillars. So it's like your pillars of your thought, pillar of being, pillars of foundationals like beams. They help you to really help you to stand up. And so these things have to kind of like be knocked down for it can start. But he wants, this divine masculine energies wants you to understand that you are the glow that lights up my life. They want you to say, please stay in my life. I don't want you to go, because right now some things is going to be kind of torn up a little bit. Tore up. Not torn, but tore up a little bit right now in this person's life. And so, you know, they kind of really like a Sam Smith singing the song, won't you stay with me, 'cause you're all I need. Okay, so that's what they want. Right now, this person feels lonely. The friends and families don't really understand what this divine masculine energies is going through. It feels isolated, it feels alienated, it feels friendless. Nobody wants to feel be his friend right now. Not even only that, is because again, might not be people might not around him be on his level as well too. And so this is like, you know, like they say, it's lonely at the top. And so this is kind of like what's coming out about this, talking about that it's lonely as well. So there is a loneliness there that's coming out too. But really ready to kind of take this leap. The understanding that with the storm that's coming, there's a process to it, and there's a reason behind it, because it's really trying to align them into this understanding that I am, and understanding that again, that the sun, that you would be able to have everything underneath the sun after this storm blows over and it clears over and it knocks down all this stuff foundational, because it's not really aligning with you understanding that you can have everything under the sun and that you are what you are. This person really feels like he has reached out and touched and tried to get people to help them in the position that they are, especially as vulnerable they are. But a lot of people is like, ugh, you know, I don't want this. What's wrong with you, dude? You know, girl, you know, no, you on your own. No, I don't understand where you coming from. No, I'm listening to you, but I'm, part of me is like Les Brown saying, I'm glad it's you and it ain't me. Okay, in the karmic things here, we got here a number 5 here. So we got to fight. There's an argument. There's a duel. Some argumentative things is coming up. And I think that, again, in the karma, the lessons learned, is going to help him to understand that, you know, it's time to cross this bridge. Because right now, it's going to be this storm warning. It's letting him know it's a big argument on its way. A real duel to the end, to the finish, that's going on with this person, because it's got to stop them because of this shadow that they're exhibiting here, with understanding that you're connecting the now with the past, and some of those things that happened in the past were foundational. When it's talking about love, it's messing with you to be able to actually to ascend and go to the next level. And also I see this moon here, which is messing you. Some things you've been a little delusional or illusional on, And understand that you really got to turn that into getting in touch with your intuition and your awareness as well. The finances is a part of this too as well. This playing a part, that's got to change. How you investing in things, how people are investing in you, how you have that interchange of energy, just like money, like I'm teaching the kids about economy and how you understand the exchange and the flow of selling and of goods and services. How is it that you being able as service to others? How people intangibly pouring into you physically, into things to your life, like you physically manifesting and giving into their life, while it's money or exchanging and doing things, and how you being in service and you being in service, but they ain't give you nothing in return. So that's something again that, to me, that go to finance, the economy. How's that fair exchange of things, goods and service, the physical and tangible 3D things, the material words, against with the things of how you at service and you are with other people too. Okay, surrender your frustration. This divine masculine energies is frustrated at this point. Things are not coming together. He's alone. He feels like he's stuck. I've heard the word stuck on stupid. And you're like, because these things that's happening to me is just plain stupid. I ain't understanding it. But they say surrender the frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Also, in your divineness, they want you to be able to now become wisdom. Look at the blueprint. What is your plan? This divine masculine energies is bringing to me a thing of saying that you kind of going at it haphazardly and you don't have. That's why they say they want you to knock down your foundation, because something about the way that you have foundationally structured things or the blueprint that you go on now has to exactly change. And so that's like they say, roll it out. Let's look at the patterns. Let's look and see what structural can work and what things need to go. You got an owl here. You got to get wise. You got a shield here, which means you got to get protected. You got to put up those healthy boundaries as well. Some of the things that you got to get you some weaponry. What is your weapons of choice that you use in here that you're able to preserve your energies as well, or preserve yourself or protect yourself as you're in battle? What things are you using here? Because again, they want you to kind of, again, in the, you got a lot of cards. Lot of things. Romance angels are leading you on, because they're saying you got to get to the point to understand it's safe to love. Okay. Again, your divine feminine energy, she's already been there, done that. She knows the way. She knows exactly where she's going, and you as the divine masculine, and they're going at it at foot. And so this is really where you are, but you're still, both of you all are both being divinely godly. You're just going two different ways to do it. If you're going a foot, that means you're taking your time. You're really surveying the area, the land, and you're really taking it step by step. With the divine feminine energy, she's moving a little bit faster. She's got her freedom that she's galloping on. She's moving at a little more faster pace. But still, you all are both going in the same direction. Once you understand that you got to open your heart to give and receive the highest form of love, which is interesting, because I did see the yin and the yang, and the yin here, which is your divine feminine energies, and your being able to receive and to release those things so you can be able to ascend. Also, say you got to heal some family issues here. This one here's got to feel family issues, because you're going off by old family structuring to me, that is bringing to me about family dynamics and how things have been. Something about the father figure, how you view yourself as being the father figure, how you do dealing with even father period. Your dad, maybe the relationship wasn't that great or grandiose. You got to watch that. You got to heal that. Okay. Also, we have here romance. Some they say that happened between these two time periods. If you say, I don't know what happened, so look between the time of age of this person and the age of this young lady here, and that will kind of give you a understanding as to where the hurt has began with you, the child womb. Romantic feelings. Again, this card, you had already have been pretty much pushed to go ahead and to try love, because you already have said in so many words that you know, say, please stay in my life. Again, you also stated, you are the glow that lights up my life. So you already know you're getting pushed in the direction to cross that bridge to get into this. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Romantic feelings also this means by looking at life and a little bit looking at the rhythm of things, the magic of things as far as life too. So they want you to really, those things that you have about life and the feelings and the romance of it and the magic of it, they like get back into that feeling because they want you to stay optimistic, in your divine feminine energies, which means in your being or even in your divine feminine. You can even see that the divine feminine energies has a lot to offer. They have their eyes on the prize. They're offering the things that are beauty to the world so it can be able to come back to her tenfold. She's getting knowledge out there. So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. It'll bring that magic back. It'll bring you the things that are impossible to make them possible. Because right now they're saying you need to get a deeper knowing about some things. So deeper knowing is talking about as far as getting wise, understanding the illusion and what's happening behind the illusions is pretty much showing itself. Understanding that again, it's fated. Just let the fates, if the fates allow the fates to line up the things, what's going on with you. Because in your being, you're going with it kind of blindly. There's going to be some movement between fall and winter. So the moving from fall into the winter months, you'll see this divine master is going to see some action movement. And again, I always bring the yin yang and the yin card. Also, Spirit is saying for you to become authentic. We already said that. Be your authentic self. Be your true self. And right now, this is the time for divine masculine energies to be there because the universe is already planetary shifts have lined up to make sure that occurs, that you are moving into that energy of being your authentic self. Also, they're saying some advice that you're giving from yourself. Or like you are your good girlfriend or good boyfriend, guy friend, which is you are not being heard. Say that shit again and louder. You're not voicing. That's why I told you about this healthy boundaries they said about that. So a lot of times you got to really say it again, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. What you got to do is say it loud. You got to get it louder so that these people really understand, because again, you already feel as if you're out there by yourself. But another way they're telling you that you can be able to, I forgot I'm sitting on this, another way that you can be able to do that, to stop and be heard, and they won't be feeling like they isolating you, is you got to speak louder. You got to speak your truth. You got to be authentic. Okay, and then they said, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Still love you. Okay, so again, even though I'm feeling like that's from the divine feminine, some things that the divine feminine energies is trying to say they know what's going on with the divine masculine, and I picked up that strong. When I said they say you ain't got a effing clue about what's going on with me, but I still love you. So stop trying to fill in the blanks about your divine masculine and counterpart, because they're saying, you ain't even got the finger on the pulse. Don't try, but I still love you, although you are way off. Like I say, am I getting warmer? No, you ice cold. So just let it go. Okay? And then the last one, say blank. Fill in the blank. So you fill in what you see yourself as being, as far as with this love thing, after these towers fall, this new foundation that they're giving you a chance to do, the universe is bringing you. How can you, maybe this also is telling you that they want this divine masculine energies to be able to, to really start seeing the end and start rewriting the script. Because even after the storm comes along and knocks everything down, that's a new opportunity for you to start anew. You see a lot of people that coming from storms and things that's happening, and a lot of times you see them saying, well, we got each other, it means we got to start all over. We can't replace each other, but we can replace the things. So that does give you another chance for you to kind of go through your stuff and say, okay, how can I start anew? How can I bring these things that I actually want to actually happen and to actually reveal themselves and come realistically into fruition? What can I do? Okay. All right, then, as always, thank you for the DM. Remember that we are having the 12/12 event That's a YouTube live. Because I remember I said, you ain't telling people this is live. This is not in person. This is a YouTube live. Okay, thank you. YouTube live event that's going to be hosted on 12/12. Again, this is good stuff that you need to. We have, again, the divine, we have the playground experience. We have the divine masculine. Also, David of Soul Mission. We have Sean of Esoterica, as Extropic Esoterica. And we have also, well, I'm always messing it up, so I can hear say, that ain't it. Okay. And then we also have Bonita of Wave of a Beautiful Warrior. And she's going to be there. And we also have Patricia McNeely as well, and she's going to be there too. We got everything for your mind, your spirit, and your body. Remember, this next coming Friday will be the Black Friday sale, where you will be able to get the tickets for $7.12 instead of them being $12.12. The event is going to be on 12/12. It's going to start at 12/12 p.m. Central Time, and the tickets are regularly just only priced $12.12. You get 3 hours of the event. There's nowhere where you could get 3 hours of all this good stuff to help you to get you prepared for the new year. Again, it's called Bringing in the Divine Order into the New Year. This is, again, you got to start with intentions this time. We was a little loosey-goosey this time. We just do, because we put our guard down. We just actually truly believe that, hey, when we step into 2020, we just doing the vision. Because in 2019 was, we thought that was hell. And we was like, when we come in here now, hey, all we going to be doing is just stepping into our goodness. So we put our, we put our guard down. We put our guard down in this one. And it hit us in every way. Friendships, money, job, our own identity of what we are, our own invincibility. And so this time we want to do it on, like I was about to say, we're going to do it on our terms, where we truly are, okay, here we go, where we truly are doing it, where we're doing the blueprint, we're following along, and then all we ask is for, again, if we get off of it, you know, to get back on it. Because they, my understanding, when 2021 hits, especially after March, whatever it is that you had there is like 2021 is just going off of that. And you, at times, things might happen that gets you back off the track, and you got to say, hey, this ain't what the blueprint, this ain't what I got. So come to, again, the event, the YouTube live event. You'll get an access pass when you go to divineUnisouls11.co, and you will get the information there. I have the information following afterwards, so please make sure, if you want to know about some of these speakers, they say, oh, I don't know who this is, I don't know who this is, listen at the infomercial so you can get an understanding about the energies and how that resonates, and how you say, oh yeah, this is going to really help me propel me into the next year successfully, okay, or prosperously, abundantly, and understanding that really truly, as this says, you are the ruler of everything under the sun. You are, I am that I am, and I am moving into the year of 2021 with logic. All right, then, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you. All right, and if you like what's going on, leave comments downstairs and down below. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe.
am a twin flame. I mean, maybe there's one other person, but this is a part of my life that doesn't get to be expressed to people because they don't understand it. They're never going to understand it. And their energy is going to get in it if I talk about it. And
we can perceive the loss of free will, but it's not as scary as it once was. And I think that just massive tectonic plates of shifting, stifled emotion is happening, not in a way that's debilitating, but in a way that is persistent.
Okay.
But either way, the whole aspect is, okay, one thing, all right, we're talking about rules. The only hard, fast rule, and this has been brought to me over and over and over again, is unconditional love. That's the purpose, is raising the frequency of Gaia, and that includes the human collective, not just the twin flame or the ascension collective. There's no, we put labels on everything and it kind of, divvies everything up, but we are a human collective.
Mm-hmm.
A living body of souls.
Right.
And the whole purpose is bringing that higher frequency. The only way to do that is unconditional love.
Some things that I don't think have occurred to people, because sometimes people get very, very flattened out in the head by a lot of the psychobabble that takes place. And it's not that those things are invalid, but it's time to move beyond it. And I mean really move beyond it. Okay. Now, she has been, quote, doing the work, or what she considers doing the work, or the things that she has felt is the work. And some of that involves too much mental overload, too much mental input, too much information, not enough love. And when I say not enough love, it doesn't mean that she's not loving. It means that she may be going about it in some old ways. Things like saying, well, I've been holding space for 5 years. So right now, she wants to just kind of give up. I know, I've had it. I deserve a life too. When is this ever going to get normal? I want normalcy. I want a life. Yes. But what you may not realize is that there is a new level to be achieved for that life. Well, I've been doing work. Well, you may have been doing 3D work. You may have been doing psychological research. You may have been using tools which really won't be sufficient by comparison to expanding your natural abilities, which is through your body. Well, I don't really understand that. Could you explain more? Yeah.